For the past couple of months, I've been slowly transforming my office and desk setup, which used to look like this, into something that's modern and minimal, while also warm and inspiring. I started it off by installing a wood slab feature wall to break up the monotony of the blank white walls. Next, I upgraded my all-white, all-IKEA desk to a standing desk with a gorgeous IKEA wood countertop. And then I built a desk shelf in order to create some dimension on my desktop and to provide a spot to hide my peripherals. These three things have set up a great foundation for this transformation, and it's safe to say that the more complicated parts are done. Now it was time to take it to the next level with a few upgrades to the desk setup. Hey, my name is Divi and this is the fourth installment in my desk setup and office makeover series. Whether you've watched my previous videos already or this is your first time, please join me on my journey as I create my dream desk setup and office by subscribing to my channel. I truly appreciate all of the support I can get in trying to get it off the ground. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the video. My PC is about 5 years old, and when I built it, I felt that the case I used was good enough at the time. And to be honest, it sat tucked away underneath my desk, out of sight and out of mind. I came to the realization that I could incorporate the right kind of case into my desk setup and have it be part of the overall aesthetics. And then I came across Fractal Design's North case. When I saw this case for the first time last year, I knew it would be perfect for my desk setup because of the wood slat design element on the front of it. Not only would it work well with my mid-century modern look, it also mirrors the wood slat feature wall I put up. But I soon found out that it was really hard to get a hold of this case because of how popular it was and how limited the stock was around the time I was trying to buy it. That was until I randomly checked my local computer store's website at 2 AM one night, and wouldn't you know it, there was one in stock. I reserved it immediately and went and picked it up later that day. I couldn't have been more lucky, and the timing couldn't have been more perfect because I was about to start working on the office makeover and I wasn't sure what I was going to do if I couldn't get my hands on this case. I haven't cleaned my PC in a while, so I disassembled and cleaned all of the parts thoroughly before installing it into the new case. I gotta say, the unique wooden element on the front of the case looks amazing, and the overall build quality is very good. It looks more like a decor piece than a PC case, which is rather refreshing to see. Once I swapped the PC cases, it was time to move on to what I believe is one of the most important things in having a proper desk setup, and that's cable management. Between my day job and my photography business, I use a number of peripherals to get my work done, which means along with the standard cables running to the PC, I had to contend with the ones from these as well. My goal was to route and hide these cables as best as I could. The first thing that I did was mount the monitor arm and attach my monitors to it. I made sure that the monitors were lined up exactly how I wanted them relative to the desk because I knew that once I started routing the cables, it would be harder to move it around. Next, I had to deal with my UPS. I didn't want it on the floor since it would take away from the minimal look I was going for, so I decided to mount it underneath the desk. If you watched my previous videos on my desk setup and office makeover journey, it was obvious that I was on a tight budget, and it wasn't going to be any different this time. I found 4 mismatched brackets and 2 nylon straps with buckles in my knick-knack bin. My wife gives me crap about keeping random things that I have no immediate use for, but I know that eventually they'll come in handy. I secured the straps in between the brackets and hung the UPS from it. Then I tighten the strap to hold the UPS in place while allowing space between it and the desk for airflow. In order to properly manage the cables running from the monitors and peripherals to the PC and the UPS, I installed a cable raceway along the length of the desk. I bought a generic J-channel raceway from Amazon and it comes in a pack of 4 and each piece is 15 inches long. I installed 2 full pieces and 1/2 one that I cut to size with a saw. I also made sure to leave a bit of space between each piece to allow cables to be inserted easily at these intervals. This specific raceway was just enough to manage my PC power cable, both of my monitors, display and power cables, and the USB cables running to my tablet, MIDI controller, mic, and hard drive docking station. I don't think I'll be able to add any more in the future, but that's okay as the trade-off of the slim profile is worth it. I then used a black sleeve to conceal the exposed cables running to my PC and from the monitors. Having a thick cable looks much cleaner than multiple cables bundled together, and is easier to hide. I also wrapped the PSU power cable with the sleeve to have a consistent look. These are the final shots of the cable management under my desk. My ultimate goal was to have only the UPS's power cord visible since it needed to be plugged into the wall socket, and I think I did a pretty good job of achieving it. I wanted to incorporate LED strip lights into my office makeover as accent lighting. I don't like working with my office lights on, but I feel like having the LED strip lights around the edge of my desk will reduce eye strain while also allowing me to add a nice ambiance to the space. I bought a 100-piece strip off of Amazon for a fairly decent price. I knew I wouldn't be able to use all of it, but the price was reasonable and I had a couple of ideas on how I could use the rest of it around the house. I installed 2 separate strips starting from the middle of the long end of the desk's edge on the side facing the wall, ran it all the way around to the ends of the sides of the desk, doubled back up the monitor arm, and finally around the back of the monitors. The one that I bought on Amazon is no longer available, but I've linked a similar one in the description. Here's what it looks like after I hooked it all up. I'm only going to be using a solid warm color that complements the desk setup and the office. This pretty much wraps up all of the major work to get this desk setup and office makeover close to the finish line. It was now time to add all of the peripherals back onto the desk, starting with my microphone. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful, or has you thinking of elevating your desk setup. If it did, please hit the like button. I also hope that you'll join me on my office makeover journey by subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification button. I have one more video for this series that will go over my complete desk setup and office makeover. I have a few personal touches to add to this setup, which you'll see in that video. My overall goal for this channel is to create tech and lifestyle content that is both entertaining and informative, so please subscribe if this interests you, as I have a lot planned for the remainder of 2023 and beyond. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.